everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 1. Last we left off, we were really rude to the magic shop owner because I panicked. Alright, but before we go back in there, let's have a chat with this old lady on her porch. She's really sleeping soundly and doesn't notice your presence. I shouldn't do that. Alright. Let's go be rude again.
Yep, with every character, you gotta put the little dragon head on him.
So you return to my shop. Ask of me what you will, but keep it to the point. So ask about Zara. I am both human and fairy folk. I draw my power from both. My name is Zara. This is my shop. I speak very stiltedly. Okay, ask about fairy folk, spelled with an E. We are the people of power and magic, and live in the forests far beyond the mountains to the west. Alright, and power? Power is the essence of magic, that which the wizard shapes and is shaped by. What? Dialogue decided to pop up there for some reason. Damiano. Damiano is both my familiar and my friend. We share our lives and our magic. Familiar? A familiar is a creature of magical abilities which has been summoned to serve the wizard. The summoning of a familiar is a most powerful spell and can be cast but once. It binds the wizard and the familiar to the ends of their lives. The more powerful the wizard, the more powerful the familiar, though you cannot always judge power by a familiar's shape. Gee, I wonder what your power is like. Alright, magic. I mean, we don't really know anything about it. If you have the skill of magic, you can learn the way to cast spells by reading magical scrolls. Without the skill, you have no power. The more you practice spellcasting, the greater you shall become. Alright, initiation?
She basically just dissed you. She's like, you ain't got no power.
When you have mastered 9 spells, have the power to cast all, and proven yourself worthy by accomplishing a great deed, then you must undergo initiation to become full wizard. There is a place in the distant south where you must journey, but first you must become a hero here. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that anyway. But that was actually a lead-in to the second game. Yes, these games actually all have an interconnected story. And there are 5 games in this series. But yeah, a lot of this game talks about what happens in the next game, and so on and so forth. Ask about wizard! A wizard is one who both shapes magic and is shaped by it. Erasmus and I are the only wizards in this valley. Again, capital W for wizards. Erasmus? Erasmus is a wizard and a spellcaster who knows much about this area. He lives in a tower northeast of town at the top of a steep mountain called Zauberberg. Or Zoberberg, I don't know. He can be very helpful if approached properly, but he has a strange sense of humor.
Yeah, it's actually a really stupid sense of humor.
It's actually a pretty great sense of humor. Power Potion. The Power Potion restores your magical energy and costs 75 silver. Don't waste your money on it if you're not a wizard. It will do nothing for you. Journey. There are many entrances to the halls of magical mastery in the south. After you have gained skill and a good reputation in magic, you should journey south. Did I mention journey south? If you are indeed worthy of becoming a wizard, you will find a way to those halls in the south, which is south of here.
In case you weren't, sure.
Master the arts arcane. Use those skills to vanquish the evil curse, and you will become a true hero. Well, okay then. And Spielberg. There is much magic in this world for those who know how to use it. There is magic in this little town, and a good deal of magic in this valley. Town? There is an aura protecting... Excuse me. An aura protecting this town from danger. Within most of its walls... There can be no act of violence or cruel magic. Even so, it is prudent to avoid dark places. Oh, right. Okay, she's specifically saying there's a spot in this town that you can go and get hurt. aura. An aura is a spell of protection surrounding something. The town is still protected by the aura cast by the great spellcaster Irana. Irana? Irana was a powerful spellcaster who lived long ago. She brought peace to this valley. Even now, her spell protects this town from violence or foul magic. Her final resting place is due north of town, and it is a place of both safety and healing. It is known as Irana's Peace. Irana will actually be a figure through all 5 games. And an important one for
She
many.
comes up. Yeah, she comes up very frequently. So, and she plays a pretty central role later on in the game. So it's cool that they keep referencing it. She's a pretty prolific character.
She is, and well, no spoilers for later games, but she will become very important, especially depending on how you play these games. There is much power in this valley, and it attracts those who use magic. I am here, Erasmus has his house on Zauberberg, and even Baba Yaga has her hut cooped up somewhere around here. Alright, we already asked about Erasmus, but what does she think of Baba Yaga? She is a powerful and wicked hag. You would be wise to avoid her. She cursed the Baron von Spielberg when he tried to drive her away. Alright. Oh, there's a lot of dialogue options. Okay. Baba Yaga's hut is magical. It stands on chicken legs, and you must know the rhyme to enter. Rhyme? I have no interest in entering Baba Yaga's hut, and therefore do not know the rhyme.
Well, that would be a pretty easy. That'd be pretty easy if she knew it, though, right? Because you need it later on. It's just hilarious that she's like, "Oh, you need it, but yeah, I don't know it."
I was like, well, I have no interest in entering her hut, so if you want to figure it out for yourself. This is Baba Yaga's curse, cast upon the Baron years ago. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure, and so shall you lose all that ye treasure. If I were spellcasting, I would have fucked that up. There's always a way to break a curse. Possibly Erasmus knows more about this, so we will have to visit him. Alright, we already asked about that. Wait, did that... Okay, so we can ask about curse again? Erasmus makes a point of studying the... So that was not specific enough. It's like, curse! Curse! Like, wait...
Curse!
There is a little about magic in this area that Erasmus does not know. Okay.
Curse!
Curse! Curse! Okay. Baron. He was once a great leader of this land until he was foolish enough to anger Baba Yaga. Alright. Alright. Then magic shop. What I sell here are merely tools to help those who have power. You may purchase restorative potions and scrolls from which you may learn spells if you have the potential.
Oh, wait. I bet you she goes into detail about those. Ugh.
She goes into detail about potential. A true magic user has the innate affinity for magic. There is also the ability to store power, which ordinary mortals do not have. Alright, spells. We sell several magical spells on study scrolls. You may purchase Fire Dart for 60 silver, Fetch for 40 silver, or the Open Spell for 30 silver. I also know that you can find a spell if you learn the secret of Irana's Peace. And that is a task for a magic user. Oh God! No! Okay.
Don't ask it. That's so pointless. Like, we're not going to go to any of those. Maybe just Irana's Peace, but like, we don't need to know about the rest of them.
Yeah. To the north of the town, surrounded by the mountains, is an alpine valley that is rumored to be the final resting place for Irana, though no one is certain what happened to her. And actually, we will learn later that this is not the final resting place for Irana. But, you know, spoilers for later, but there you go. But that is how prolific she was, that everyone wants to claim a piece of her. There is certainly a magical place of safety. There is also supposed to be a gift there for magic users who are clever enough to find it. But, yeah, I don't think we need to ask about that again. I don't need to ask about... I'm skipping over some of this. Alright, enough already. I'm out of here.
Alright, that's it. I'm out.
She has to make a dramatic, oh, the time of day has shifted. Sunset approaches on day 1. We have spent that long fucking talking to people. The sheriff and his goon are gone, and we head out this way. I'll show you this during the day when, well, oh, you can smell apples as you approach this corner. Good day, and welcome to Spielberg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits or vegetables? I guess she's still here. You see a charming young centaur with the upper torso of a teenager and the body of a filly. Okay. Do not touch the filly. Let's ask her name. I am Hilde, daughter of Heinrich Ferdinand. I don't... Ferdinand, the farmer. Mumble... Oh, I talked to myself. Mumble. The dialogue box closed on me. Alright, ask about... Farmer. My father is a fine farmer. My father is Heinrich that name. We have some land to the north of town. It isn't very big, but we grow many things. You should be here during harvest time. Then you would see many fruits and vegetables.
As opposed to all these little dots.
My mother has been dead for 3 years now. I still miss her. So, this game gives you the option to ask her for a date. A teenage...
Now, are you sure you're not just asking her for the date?
Maybe. But... Thank you. But my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it. But perhaps next year.
Yeah, except maybe you should ask a little better. Like, not just go, date!
Date?! Okay. Let's ask about the market.
Friendlies?
This is where I sell things from my father's farm. Alright.
Oh, Jesus.
Already asked those. So, vegetables!
Let's ask about vegetables. Here we go.
We have many kinds of fresh vegetables for sale today. There are carrots, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes right from the ground at 5 for a silver. They are very good for you. We also have some apples. Well, let's ask about
Are we really going to ask about all these things?
Well, let's ask about the apples at least.
Okay.
There are still some apples left from last season in the barrel. You may buy 10 for a silver since they are so small. Well, that's nice. Let's ask about the rutabagas, just because I like the name rutabaga. Rutabagas keep well over the winter months. So this is actually an option for building your rations. Because you notice, we ate one. We started with 5 food rations, but if you don't eat something, you will actually automatically eat a food ration. And if you run out of food rations, you, sir, are fucked. Alright.
You actually, the dialogue boxes will come up and tell you, like, you're feeling kind of hungry. You probably ought to take care of that.
So, when you want to buy stuff, you throw the money at their face. I want to buy apples. You carefully select 10 of the best apples from the barrel and pay Hilde a silver piece. I'm talking in Hilde's voice. Alright, we're going to do that several times. Why?
There is an ulterior motive for this.
I want a lot of apples! Okay, 40. I think I need one more, right?
Yep.
Sorry, we actually know what's happening. This is not a blind playthrough. Sunset approaches. Is the dry goods store open? Nope.
Well, maybe it is, but who knows?
It is not open. You see a dry goods store through the window. It is a simple but prosperous-looking general store. It looks like it might provide some staples that would prove useful to a traveler, such as if an adventuring party asks you to join them. This is a house that you can go into only as a thief. This is the baker, the bakery shop, a butcher shop. They both have notes on their doors. The shop seems to be closed, although there are some dried-up cupcakes in the window. There's a sign on the door that says, "Gone fishing." Alright? The shop seems to be closed. There's a sign on the door which says, "Gone fishing." Huh. Well, I guess the butcher and the baker are probably good friends. This is an alleyway. This scrubby place must be an alley, which is what I just said. It feels strange here, colder than the rest of town. There are some barrels discarded here. A beggar holds out a bowl towards you. Alms? Wait, this is a guy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alms for the poor!
And you can try talking to the beggar.
Silver for the poor, gold for the poor.
And, well, we may as well, because otherwise you can't actually talk to him, but he can tell you some good information.
Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living and begging in this town since the brigands started scaring away all the trade away, all the way, away.
And then now you can actually talk to him. You actually you don't want to ask too many questions because he'll go back to begging, but there is one question that's actually kind of important to ask. Night.
I remember when people used to stroll around after dark. There's a spell on Spielberg that glows at night. Now the only people out late are the thieves.
So you've gone from Cockney to Irish.
Yeah, I suck at this. An out-of-town man, you don't dare be out there. When the light of the sun goes down, the night gaunts will get ya.
He's actually serious. Ask about the thieves?
I'm not usually bothered by them, since I don't have much to steal. They're around, though. It's not safe to sleep in the streets at night. Outside you get eaten, inside you get robbed.
So... and ask about the brigands.
Rumor has it that someone smart took over, organized them, trained them, that sort of thing maybe. Nowadays no one's safe outside of town.
So that's probably why they want the brigand leader.
Up to that time, the brigands were just pains. Dumb guys who sometimes tried to beat up traders outside of town. They sure hurt business. No one's getting rich but them.
So, someone came along and trained them to be better. Oh.
A word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath.
That is actually, again, important information that we need to know. Multiple saves, because this is a Sierra game. This is the tavern. This is not a safe place, and it is now night out. The grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt, and the bar is with sticky deer. Deer? Beer?
Those sticky deer.
Oh, those sticky deer messing up everything. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, two gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. Can't imagine where that impression comes from. So, this is where the barber has lunch. That guy's had so much to drink, he looks embalmed. This goon looks really tough and mean. He's not someone you'd want to fight. He actually is.
Can you fight him?
No, you cannot fight him. He kills you.
Right.
That's how this goes. The butcher is wearing a blood-stained apron. He seems to be deeply involved in the game. The butcher? The baker seems to be deeply involved in the game. They seem to be using old-made cards, but it looks like these guys aren't playing with a full deck. And if you step closer to them, you can actually overhear their dialogue. At one point they say, "Go fishing." But I'm not going to stick around and wait for it. Look at that! It looks like something you'd expect to see in a tavern, but a little dirtier. There's actually a dripping... Oh, not a pleasant sight. There seems to be something slimy spilled to the stool, and it is eating into the wood. You think perhaps you should sit on this next stool over. Huh, that was a grammar mistake. You see a crumpled piece of paper under the stool. Let's take it. You pick up the note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read B. He's starting to get... I'm going to read this, but... He's starting to get suspicious. Hold off on our meetings for a bit, but I'll keep you posted by these notes. B. Okay. Well, let's drop this. You put back the note. Why? Well, because, obviously, that was discarded by someone. Alright. So, we can try talking to the bartender. The bartender's ignoring you. Maybe you better sit down first. Alright, I'm going to do a quick save here. I'm gonna close out the video by ordering a drink.
Huzzah! What do you want?
Let's ask about the drinks.
Ale, 1 silver. Troll sweat, 5 silver. Dragon's breath, 25 silver. Take your pick.
Do a voice that you can do. Alright, well,
I can do my voice.
you can. So, well, they said don't get the dragon's breath, but we're a hardy adventurer. Surely we can take it. If you want a mug of the dragon's breath, house rules say... Oh, you were reading us. Shut
You'll
up!
have to be cash up front.
You cough up the cash.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher, a friend here wants the dragon's breath. The goon just stands there. Yeah, so what?
He's just holding out his hand, too.
Oh,
Jeez.
there you go.
You've never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow! Oh, jeez. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the dragon's breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game. Fiery brew. Oh, and this is what Sierra games do. They kill you instantly for no reason. Anyway, we are out of time for this installment of Let's Play Quest for Glory 1. But I hope to see you next time where we will probably actually leave the fucking town.
Nah, well, you know, who knows.
Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. But, hope to see you then.
Okay, bye.